LocumSmart is introducing a stopgap email process for authorizing locum tenens assignments at CHS so that certain designated users can authorize locum tenens assignments. And we just want to walk through the steps to make sure that everybody's on the same page about what you're going to see and what you need to do. So what's happening is we are releasing some new code to LocumSmart this weekend, so that beginning on next Monday, 6/25, each division will begin receiving email addresses to designated users who have the rights to then go in and cancel assignments that they don't feel are correct, are unnecessary, or invalid, and shouldn't be authorized for locum tenens at particular facilities at CHS. So these are the users for the 5 divisions. We'll also be CCing the group email addresses for each division. What everyone needs to know is that in general in LocumSmart, when a facility requests bids and requests an assignment, they're sending out a request to all of the agencies that are part of the CHS Master Contract for Locums. And in general, you're going to see the first provider bid in a little bit more than an hour. You're going to see 3.5 provider bids per assignment. Obviously, it ranges. So on some assignments, you may go a week without getting any bids, and it takes 10 days before you get the first bid. Other assignments may have 10 bids within 2 days. So there's a range, but these are the averages. So the important thing to remember is that if you click the link as soon as you receive it, you're probably going to see this assignment request before any provider has been bid, and you can cancel it immediately if you feel that it's not valid. If it takes a little while, say more than an hour, to log in and check out the assignment that has been requested by the facility, it's likely that there's at least one provider bid. You can still cancel, don't worry. If it's been a few days, there may even already be a confirmation agreement. So the assignment may no longer be open and allowing recruitment and requesting bids. The facility may have actually accepted a provider and electronically signed a confirmation agreement with the agency that presented the provider for that job. You can still cancel the assignment without any kind of financial penalty to CHS as long as it is more than 15 days prior to the start date listed on the confirmation agreement. We'll look at that together. So some next steps is we need everyone to please make sure that the email address notification@locumsmart.net is an accepted email address or an approved email address or a whitelisted email address, whatever the term is that is used in your email client and your spam filter, just to make sure that you can receive these email notifications. All the email notifications are going to have the subject line XYZ facility, whatever the name of the facility is, submitted a new assignment. When you see those, you're going to want to click to open it up, and there's going to be a summary of the information for the assignment request in the email itself. And then you can click a link in the email in order to go to LocumSmart to see the full details. Let's go ahead and do that by clicking a link right here that'll take us to our QA or test data that we previously set up. So here are the assignment details for a fake assignment at Byrd Regional. We can see that the assignment is starting on 8/1. It is going through 8/12. They're saying that they need to make a decision by 7/15 in order to have credentialing done and everything ready for the provider to go to work on 8/1. We can see who they are requesting to provide the insurance, number of FTEs they're requesting it for this particular job description, what their requirements are for providers. Are they going to require providers to be board certified, board eligible within 5 years? Does the provider need to have ACLS, ATLS? Are fellowships required? If they know the work schedule, they can go ahead and put in some information about the work schedule. They may also choose to type it into this description, other details area. In this case, we can see that there's just the description that this is for a test ticket. Some other information that you will be able to see that the facility is requesting from the locums agency is call information if they have entered that information, whether or not they are saying that the agencies can license providers for the assignment, whether or not surgery center or hospital privileges are required, whether or not temporary privileges are available, and also some travel and housing information for the assignment. Finally, you can see who the person is at the facility that created the assignment. So that's the person you're going to want to follow up with, obviously, if you have questions about why this request is being made. The other important information that you're going to want to check out is this section down here, which are questions that are asked of all CHS users at the time that they create an assignment in order to make an initial determination as to whether or not this assignment is going to be a true locum tenens assignment, meaning that a provider is being replaced and you're going to be able to bill for that provider right away using a Q6 modifier, or whether it's technically not a true locum tenens assignment according to the CMS definition for locum tenens, which means that you're going to have to go through the full credentialing process and onboarding process in order to be able to bill for that provider. So unless the assignment is being booked for well into the future, it's likely you're not going to be able to bill for the provider's professional services. So really important information for you to be aware of in determining whether or not you want to allow this assignment request to move forward. If all of the answers are yes, that means it's a true locum tenens assignment, and the facility should have input the name of the provider that's on staff that is being replaced and the MPI number of the provider that is on staff that is being replaced. If any of the answers are no, it is going to not be a true locum tenens assignment, or at least not anticipated to be. Again, you can follow up with the facility to find out all the details. If we close the details page and go back to the main LocumSmart area, we can see that what we're on right here is the assignments open screen. And what that means is these are jobs that have been requested by facilities that are open, as in they haven't accepted a provider, they're accepting provider bids from agencies. If it's been a minute since you've logged in and there are provider bids, you would be able to view those bids by clicking on this icon, which shows bids. Look at that one in just a second. Let's say you're looking at it right away. You're going to see day 0. That means that this is the day that the job was posted. You've read the details. You've decided, no good, we don't want to allow this one to move forward. All you have to do to cancel it is click here on this icon. Then it's going to ask you to give a reason why you're canceling the assignment. Just click Other and say assignment not approved at the division level. Just as an example. Keep in mind that whatever it is that you save as the reason will be shared with the agencies that received that job, as well as certainly the people at the facility that requested the job. But presumably you've spoken with them at that point on the phone anyway, so it's not going to be a surprise. Just keep in mind that the vendors will see what the reason is. If there are already provider bids, you're going to be able to see them, like we said, by clicking on the bids icon. Perhaps you've decided that, okay, in general, with the assignment details, we're okay with it moving forward as long as we get a good enough provider at a good enough rate. In that case, you'd want to come in and look at the provider bids that have been submitted. If you want to check out the provider to determine what you think the provider's value is that they present to the facility, you can click on the provider name and get all the information that the agency has sent over about the provider. Again, we're dealing with test data here, so take everything here with a grain of salt. Typically, there's going to be a link right here for the CV, which would allow you to download and view the CV if you wish to do so, or any other information, including references or anything else that they may have input about the provider. You can always just follow up with the facility verbally or by email. You may wish to tell them, you know, we're okay with you accepting Jennifer Rowland for some reason, but we're not okay with Shannon Wilson, and we're okay with Karen Watt, but we're not okay with Lori Brucia. Whatever it may be, just direct the facility to take care of that. Alternatively, even if there are already bids, let's go back to that same assignment to work with so we can see that. All you have to do, once again, to cancel it is just click on this red cancel button and enter the reason. If it has been, say, maybe a few days, the assignment may no longer be on the open screen. They may have accepted a provider and electronically signed the confirmation agreement, in which case it would be listed on the pending screen. So that means that a provider has been accepted, but the assignment is pending. They haven't gone to work yet. So we have a confirmation agreement that's signed, but the start date is some point in the future. Again, we're dealing with a bunch of test data here. In this case, we're looking at one at Berwick Hospital, where the provider is scheduled to start on 6/17, which obviously was 5 days ago. If for some reason, again, you want to come in and say, I don't think that this is the correct assignment, you can verify the details by clicking on the confirmation agreement, look through everything listed, make sure that, okay, yeah, you know what, I'm not good with this assignment for whatever reason it is. And if that is the case, you're going to go back to the pending screen, grab the assignment, and click on the X to cancel the assignment. It is again going to ask you the reason. You can say we'll use the same example, not approved at division level. Save. The confirmation agreement now be canceled. As long as you are doing that canceling at least 15 days prior to the start date that is listed on the confirmation agreement, there is no financial penalty to CHS whatsoever. So go in, take a look. If the details aren't correct, or if you just have questions, follow up with the facility, ask them whatever you need to ask to make the determination as to whether or not this assignment should move forward, and just cancel it by clicking on the red X. If you ever have questions or aren't sure how to proceed, look down on the bottom right hand of LocumSmart. Right now it says contact us because of the hour of the day, which would allow you to create a support ticket, and it would be answered immediately by a support person as soon as they log in. But normally between the hours of 9 and 6 Eastern Time, you're going to see a chat with us icon here, and you can click to open a support chat live with a support person who can help you do whatever it is that you need to do in the system. So hopefully this will give you more information about what is happening at the facilities in your division, the types of coverage that they're requesting. You'll be notified about it immediately as soon as the coverage is requested, even before they are looking at actual providers for this coverage, and you'll be able to stop it immediately if you feel that it shouldn't move forward, or choose to wait and watch to see what the bids come in, and depending on whether or not you're okay with the bids, choose to allow it to go forward or cancel at that time. As always, we're here to help you in any way that we can. Please feel free to reach out to support@locumsmart.net with questions, or click to open a live chat at any point in time.